Hey there, Leslie Sansone Williams coming to you today from Paralegal Coffee Talk on Facebook and my book, Legal Break-In. And today we're going to talk about a day in the life of the administrator. Why shouldn't you call the administrator of a law firm? By the way, the administrator is like the HR person, human resources person in the law firm. Small, tiny law firms will not have an administrator, so to speak. Many times when an attorney opens up a small law firm, his or her spouse may be the administrator to help out. In medium to large size law firms, they'll definitely have an administrator who many times will handle the billing, not inputting the attorney's time, but handling sending out the bills, staff issues, hiring, firing, and all kinds of things. Maybe maintaining the checkbooks for the attorney. You never know what an administrator will be asked to do. I was the interim administrator for a time until they were able to hire somebody to be that for the law firm. So it was interesting, and I got to see firsthand when we placed an ad for a new paralegal why some of what I'm going to tell you is important. Now, this particular chapter is chapter 15 in the Legal Break-In book, and the link is below for the book. And it's also, I'll show you the cover. It's also available on in Kindle format. So let's talk about what an administrator's typical day is. Well, they get there quite early because they deal with a lot of phone calls from vendors and phone calls from their attorneys, from staff coming in, making appointments to talk with them. And so for them to get some things done, they get there many times. If the firm opens up at 8:30, they get there at 7:45-ish. They open up their computer. There are scads of emails waiting for them. The attorneys worked late the night before, so they start thinking of things they want the administrator to do. They have emails from staff in there, and it all started once the administrator left at 6 or 7 o'clock to go home, and then people were emailing, and all of those are stored up. And they have to tackle those first thing in the morning. They will have a to-do list to look at and what they have to tackle regarding requests from attorneys, and maybe they're having a meeting, an attorney meeting, they're having a financial meeting with them, and they have to get all of that info ready to present and show where the law firm is on what financial footing are they on. They have to do the budget and all of that. So there's a lot that goes into that day and that career for that person, all right? When the phones are turned on at 8:30, they start ringing off the hook. And that's why getting in there a little early benefits you as the paralegal, but also the administrator. So let's pretend on this particular day, the administrator has a major problem with the telephone system. The system goes down. So he or she's got to troubleshoot this. And you know it's not going to be an easy solution, and they may have to have the phone company come out. This type of stuff happens. The copier goes down. Got to handle that. All right. So the security system could go down. And I've had all of this occur, not working for a law firm, but for somebody else, and had a problem solve. I had trouble with a copier company. The copier was not working properly. They were not addressing the issues, and I had to get them in to take care of this and get the copier out and bring me a replacement. It's the type of stuff that administrators or managers do all day long. So what's the point of telling you about what their day is like? Well, in between the staff showing up at the door, equipment failing, the computers fail, the administrator has to handle that. Has to call in computer people to, rectify this. Has to set up another computer so that paralegal can work. why am I telling you what their duties are? Well, understand that when you send in your resume and cover letter to a law firm, and then you start calling the administrator to follow up, which, by the way, I was taught in high school to do this. My father has told me that in the past. And what administrators prefer is that you not call. You can follow up with a handwritten letter or typed letter thanking them for the interview. If that's what you've gone on the interview and you want to thank them, I would do that immediately, right after that particular interview. But if you sent off your cover letter and resume and you're not hearing anything, please do not call them. That's not a cool thing, not given what their whole schedule is like during the day. So they really don't have the time for those phone calls to tell you that they're still looking. I would recommend against it highly. And they become very annoyed at getting those phone calls. They'll bypass it. They may tell the receptionist, just take a message, and they won't answer you anyway. So don't waste your time doing that, all right? What they do is they're the liaison between the attorney and the staff. And that's part of what they do. That's not all. And so when the staff has an issue with the raise they got, or they didn't get a bonus, they want to know why, they're going to go to the office manager, also known as the administrator, okay? So that's just a peek inside of what an administrator's life is like in the law firm, or what the spouse's life is like in a law firm who's handling everything the attorney doesn't want to handle. The attorney wants to focus on legal stuff and doesn't want to handle the administrative work that the administrator's doing. So I hope that helped you. Don't feel like you're slacking if you don't call. Write that note and say, thank you for consideration, considering me for the job. This is if you've had the interview. But if you have not had, you just have to go on. You may not hear. There are times I never heard, period. Or I heard 3 weeks later because the attorney was in trial. And I didn't know that. But the attorney was on vacation or in trial. And it's not a good time to place an ad on the law firm's part, because they'll lose those people. People will go on and find other jobs, right? So there are reasons for the delay, sometimes good, sometimes not so good. But I hope that helped you in some small way. And check the links out below for more information. That was taken right from my book, Legal Break-In. And I will talk to you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.